on this online program. I am Dr. Surendra Singh as a course coordinator, Department of Teacher Education, DS College, Aligarh. Dear friends, teaching is a multifaceted process, aims to all-round development to all students. But teaching at the higher education level differs significantly from school-level teaching due to the advanced academic environment emphasized only independent learning and the role of research. Teaching at higher education level involves in learner-centric approach, encourage critical thinking, problem solving, and independent learning strategies. Professors acts like a facilitator rather than just a knowledge provider. Students are expected to engage in the discussions, research and multidisciplinary applications based on self-directed learning. Higher education level teaching encourages divergent thinking among students and enable them to apply theoretical knowledge to practical solutions. By emphasizing original thoughts and inquiry, teaching at this level integrates research with teaching. Faculty members are often works as a researcher and their teaching is influenced by their academic experience as well as research experience. Ultimately, the teaching at higher education level focused on creation of new knowledge on the foundation of the knowledge already known. So these fundamental arises several questions like what is the real format of teaching at higher education level? What is academic research? How research and teaching connected to each other? And how we make our teaching effective by using latest researches. Today, we have an incredible opportunity to answer these questions and satisfying our curiosities because we have Professor MNM Alias Mustafa with us. I welcome you, sir, on the behalf of MMTCC, AMU Aligarh and Dharm Samaj College, Aligarh. In this 8 days NEP 2020 Orientation and Sensitization Program. Professor, it is my privilege to introduce Professor Mustafa to all of us. Professor Mustafa is an esteemed faculty member in the Department of Education at the Central University of Kerala, where he has been serving since 2015 with an impressive 27 years of teaching experiences. He has established himself as a distinguished teacher, educator, researcher, academician, and administrator. He also served as a director for E. Sridharan Center for Life Skill Education. Professor Mustafa has demonstrated exceptional expertise in various focusing on psychological and sociological perspectives. His research and academic interests span a wide range of topics, including the training of faculties and students on different dimensions of education. His dedication to the development of educator is evident through his significant contribution, having trained over 1,000 in-service faculty members of higher education in micro-teaching. Additionally, he served as a valuable resource person for orientation and refresher courses conducted by various HRDCs across the country. In his role, Professor Mustafa actively engaged in the extension activities, conducting diverse training programs for teachers at all levels, as well as for parents and students. His commitment to enhancing the educational experience is reflected in his multifaceted approach, combining teaching, research, and training to contribute to the advancement of education in India. Now, I request to Professor Mustafa to enlighten us on the topic interconnectivity of teaching and research. Professor Mustafa welcomes you again, sir.
Yeah,
and now over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Surendra Pal. That's very lovely welcome and introducing me on behalf of the Galaxies of Academicians, Galaxies of Academicians across the country. Once again, I express my sincere gratitude to the MMTC Aligarh Muslim University for inviting me, and a special see affection and see cordiality to my beloved friend, the Professor Sajid Jamal, in the Department of Education. And I'm a part and parcel of all the programs of MMTC Aligarh Muslim University. And thank you, the coordinator, for enabling this. And I know this is afternoon. While sitting in the my cabin, looking from the extreme north of the extreme south state Kerala, and I can see the beautiful flowers arranged on an inflorescence rather. And I request, if some of you see on your video mode, see some of you, I'm not compelling all and compelling always, as and when if you wish that at no point you will not be able to do, no problem. But it's somehow, if you are managing that, I'll be very happy. And in the afternoon session, after the lunch and all, the resource person's task is only one. See, just facilitating the dosing tendency of the participants. See, therefore, I will do that in a very, very good manner. I promise you. But listen to see this. And my first University of Calicut, I had my first appointment as a faculty of HRDC. Now it is MMTC, MMTTC. And where I worked as assistant professor, then I moved to reader. Then actually for 1 year, I could able to discharge my responsibility as the director of the HRDC at that time. And I had completed all my mandatory fulfillment requirements for my career promotions, and in terms of the orientation, in terms of the refresher, in terms of the short-term training program and all. And why I am telling this, I know the problem of coordinating a program in the HRDC. And I know the problem of a resource person who is attending or who is involving in the different programs of the HRDC. And I know the governance issues of HRDCs. And I know the problems of participating in a refresher or orientation program. So therefore, I will not make you any kind of hurdles from my side, but be very interactive in the session. I'll give me a couple of minutes so that is my PPT is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Now, the topic assigned to me is interconnectivity between teaching and research. And this topic is part and parcel of the National Education Policy Sensitization Program. I do feel that at this juncture, it will be highly relevant to have some reflection on the educational trajectory of our country. I request all the participants to mute. Please mute your mic. So it will be highly effective to have a reflection on the educational trajectory of our country. And as all of us know, India is a country which is having high ethos and respect to the knowledge from the very ancient period of our culture. And it is very well evident in the receptiveness that is shown by the then Indian civilization for accepting any kind of best practices across the globe. And the respect for the knowledge is, which is the base of Indian culture, it is rightly reflected in the classical work Ramayana. For illustrating my point, I will quote one example. At the end of the Rama-Ravana war, Ravana fell down and he is about to meet his death, last breath. At that time, Rama is advising Lakshmana, oh brother, you go and sat near to his head and take as much as knowledge as you require. So that time, Lakshmana, being a young man, he is counteracting to his brother. Oh brother, why we have to respect this fellow? This fellow had made all the troubles, all the wicked activities, and absconding of Sita and the war and all the kind of things. You are very familiar with that. Then why unnecessarily we have to respect this fellow? So Lord Rama replies that to his brother, oh my brother, what you are telling is correct. But, hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anybody? Am I okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he's telling it to his brother, that is okay, what you are told is absolutely correct, but he is a treasure house of knowledge and we are respecting the knowledge rather than the person concerned. This is the culture of our country, where the respect to the knowledge is very important. And we have a system of education in Nalanda and Takshashila, as you all know, where that legacy has spread across the world, where thousands of disciples stayed and continue their learning in different domains from Takshashila and Nalanda and Ujjaini, etc. And this was the legacy of India related to the knowledge. But, and it was the Gurukula system of education which prevalent in the country at that time, where the disciple has to live in the asylum of the Guru, and the disciple is getting a total training in all the domestic activities plus learning. But the fact is that we, due to one or other reason, we failed to document it properly, scientifically. Then after that, the medieval system of education also contributed greatly to the culture, renaissance, and the literature in a large perspective, that also was a link. Then coming to, then after that, 100 years of colonial clutches, and the British started to invade our country through business, through management, etc. Finally, they understood that it is not the business or the market that determine that ensures the satisfaction of the civilized people, and we have to form an education system whereby by thought, by style, everything should be resonance to British, and by birth India. So therefore, with that spirit, the famous Macaulay's minutes are presented, and so on and so forth. So then 1947, August 15th, India got independence. So at the time of independence, education was a first priority for us. And immediately after independence, the nation has to evolve a higher education system. So therefore, the then Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, appointed the committee under the chairmanship of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, the first Education Commission, to recommend about the university system of education or higher education in the country. That is why the first Education Commission in the post-independence period of the country is Dr. S. Radhakrishnan Committee. Then immediately after that, see, we have the 50 to 52, this secondary education commission to recommend about the school education system of the country by the veteran educationist under the chairmanship of veteran educationist named A. Lakshmana Swami Mudaliya. Then after that, there is a pause. That 56, there, see, again, one wonderful commission by under the chairmanship of D.S. Kothari, and which is always known as Kothari Commission report. Actually, this report made the education. This report made the education, how to make the education in a productive manner, and what are all the recommendations to put education as the productive manner. That was the concern of this committee. Then, and the title of that committee is Education and National Development. Then after that, a sluggish period can be visible in the educational history of the country, mainly because there were no political stability. And this political instability in terms of the war against the neighboring and all, it made the country to concentrate on that aspects and all. Then in 1986, after the land share majority that Mr. Rajiv Gandhi has got following the assassination of Ms. Gandhi, then Rajiv Gandhi took charge of the Prime Minister of India, and it is he who appointed a committee for recommending our country into the next century. And this committee, generally known as the National Policy on Education, 1986. And a lot of recommendations and lot of implications were there. And there were few committees again to review the successful implementation of NPE 1986, like Acharya Ramamurthy Committee, etc. Then there also, it was in 1992 when the Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister. Then from 1992, the main concern or mainstream discussions and agenda of our country changed. Education was no more. Then again, when 2014, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi took charge as the Prime Minister, he appointed one committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Subramaniam, and he submitted that report in 2016, and that report again brought out to the visibility of Prime Minister before publishing, and he made some review or reflection on the committee report, and he appointed the great scientist of the country, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, as the chairman of the policy, and it is submitted its report 2019, and that report approved by the ministry in and now NEP is a transformative tool for the hands of the teachers. And a lot of implementational strategies are working across the country, which is having positive effect. So now up to this, are you okay with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So up to this level, are you okay?
Yes, sir. We are very much comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
so those who are okay, or those who are comfortable with my presentation up to this level, please type Y in the chat box. If any disagreement is needed or any disagreement is there, please type N. So Dr. Praveen Kumar ji, thank you. Dr. Rajan Shukla ji, Y. Yeah. Then come on. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Ajit Singh ji, Y. Shelja Singh ji, Y. Praveen Kumar ji, Y. Suresh Subha, Y. Yes, please. And give me a couple of minutes.
सर आवाज नहीं आ रही है। क्या हो गया?
आवाज नहीं आती सर।
वेट मुझे लग रहा है कुछ टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम है, जस्ट वेट।
हेलो, सेशन नोट होगी। हेलो,
यस सर।
यहाँ पर आवाज आ रही है।
यस सर। जी सर।
my PPT is visible now?
सर यस सर।
नो, योर स्क्रीन इज विजिबल, पीपीटी इज नॉट येट विजिबल।
Yes sir, exactly.
It is not visible.
Now it is visible.
My PPT is visible.
Yes.
Visible. Okay. So
Yes sir,
now,
visible.
so this is the trajectory of NEP 2020
Yes, sir.
or evolution of the NEP 2020. NEP 2020 is a documentary envisioning of the envisionary document where we are planning or we are dreaming to convert, to transform our country into a knowledge power in the entire globe. And what is the peculiarity of the Indian demography? India, we have more than 50% as youth. And if the youth is, especially the educated youth, is well channeled with the proper skill, attitude, and values, definitely there will be a lot of demographic dividend we can expect. Or else the same demographic dividend will become a demographic catastrophe. So for that, we are planning for visualizing and converting the educational system in a very, very professional way. And now today, we will be discussing the interconnectivity between teaching and research in the context of NEP 2020. Are you okay with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you
Yes,
know,
sir.
we are all teachers and we are proud of being a teacher. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Proud of being a teacher. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, what is the function of a teacher in higher education? What are the functions of a teacher in higher education? Any idea? Anybody please unmute and tell.
Can we say, sir, it would be the holistic approach from the side of a teacher right now?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
The role of a teacher in higher education.
Yeah, it may be the mentor, or we can say, sir, a person who can just develop the all-round development of a child.
Yeah. Then anything else?
Sir, I think in higher education, we not only teach the students, but also try to facilitate and provide them the better platform so that they can understand the career opportunities in their way.
Then any other things? If a student is enrolled to undergraduate program after the higher secondary program, that student is entering to learn. And when he or she is moving either for 100 years or 3 years, it is exit to learn. So enter to learn and exit to serve the society. This is the slogan of undergraduate education across the globe. Enter to learn and exit to serve. So now a teacher in the higher education sector has to perform 3 major roles. Likewise, teaching, research, and extension. So obviously, which to be given priority? No doubt at all, teaching should be given priority. But there can be a co-partnership approach related to research and extension. So today, we will see how this interconnected and what are the benefits of this interconnectedness, etc. As you know, teaching is a passion for all of us, and for some of us, teaching, we conceive teaching as everybody's cup of tea. What is your opinion? Whether all can teach or teaching is everybody's cup of tea? Hmm?
No, sir, it's not like that.
Then and Bernard Shaw once told, what is statement? Those who can, they does. And those who, I repeat, those who can, such kinds of expressions across the globe, but our system is so particular that it is not everybody can you can see 143 universities, then 11 and 779 standalone institutions, and second. And coming to the teachers in the higher education sector, there are 15 lakh 3,156 teachers are there in India, out of which at higher education level, out of which 2.40 at universities, 11.3 lakhs at colleges, and 1.57 lakhs at standalone institutions. So in fact, this represents the diversity of the group of higher education in our country. And now, coming to the area of research. What is research? Any connotation? Anybody? What is research?
Sir, it's a new knowledge that can be done by a systematic or scientific manner.
Yeah.
Addition of new knowledge.
Correct. Then
We can say research means a new innovation with the help of new scientific method, may be related to the education and other sectors.
Yeah.
Research.
Okay.
We can say again and again such new things, new innovations, new ideas, new methods.
So research, as the word indicates, it is a kind of digging out process where new informations are being obtained, and it is being utilized for the welfare of the society. And in science, there is one terminology named functional understanding of science. Functional understanding of science means all the positive as well as negative that has got direct and indirect influence, which is derived from the science is called actually it is a functional understanding of the science. So research is either for knowledge production or knowledge verification and for knowledge acquisition. So research, I will illustrate with one example. So for example, let me quote from biology background. William Conrad Roentgen. He was working with photographic film plate. To his surprise, he could able to notice the finger valves, the finger bones on the backside screen. So he started working on that, and which led to the invention of, which led to the discovery of X-ray. And X-ray is having many implications in the health of an individual, diagnosis of an individual. And now the second aspect of research is knowledge verification. I will quote with one example from evolution, the concept evolution. It is the theory of Lamarck. What was the theory? Theory of inheritance of acquired characters. It was well appreciated by the audience. And giraffe, you know, very interesting, according to Rousseau. Giraffe is an animal with a normal normal neck and all. Length of the neck was normal. But as there was enough grass on the surface of the earth, but due to scarcity of grass, the giraffe has to find out another source for this behavior. He or she started stretching the neck a little bit, and so that he could the giraffe could able to crop from the elder distance, crop from the higher level. Then according to Lamarck, this character is being inherited to the next generation. That is why he propounded his theory called inheritance of acquired characters. Clear now? Up to this level? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But another scientist named August Wiseman. Interesting. He is a blind man, very young man at that time. And what August Wiseman did, he mutilated the tail of the rats, and they were allowed to interbreed themselves. If the theory of acquired characteristics of inheritance of acquired character is working, according to Wiseman, all the newborn baby of the rat should not be having tail. So this was a twist against the theory of inheritance of acquired character. So here comes the verification of the existing knowledge. Hope you are getting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, since I am from one device only, I am not able to see your video and all. Okay. And now the next component of the research comes the knowledge application. What is the application? The application of dynamite is utilized in the thermodynamics reactors because it is the oscillated movement that gives you a kind of pressure, and it is through this pressure earlier this dress washing and all take place. And now see one more application. If you analyze, you can see that Albert Einstein, he propounded an equation named E is equal to mc square. E is equal to mc square has changed the notion up to that time. What was the notion? There is no possibility of converting the mass into energy. Yeah, but he propounded that through if a particle is moving double the square of the mass and with a double square of the velocity of light, there will be a lot of energy production, and that was his milestone invention. E is equal to mc square. Then if with this E equal to mc square, in the research culture, it is the third part. In order to apply this for the benefit of others, serious research happened in the institution, and now the energy and the mass can be converted to each other. So such is the conclusion. So my point is that with this illustration, my point is that the research may be either for knowledge production or for knowledge verification or for knowledge application. Either for knowledge production or for knowledge verification or for knowledge application. 1 minute. And now, see, in the higher education sector, whether teaching is to be dominated or research is to be dominated. In the introductory remark, when he was welcoming all of us, Professor has rightly pointed out the significance of teaching and research in higher education sector. So now my question is whether you are in favor of teaching at higher education institutions or research. At least two of you can raise your point for 3 minutes, please. Are you in favor of teaching? Why? Or are you in favor of research? Why? Who will tell?
Good afternoon, sir. Praveen Kumar this side from Siddharth Nagar, Uttar Pradesh.
Yeah, very good.
Actually, sir, as far as I'm concerned, if I talk about, both the points are very necessary for a teacher. Actually, a teacher cannot teach without only research.
Yeah.
Or only he or she only use only teaching in the classroom. Because in the present era, this is the need of the time, and this is the need of the students. Because without research, teaching, I think, is not possible, sir, in higher education. Thank you, sir.
Okay, then any other connotation?
Sir, may I speak? Hello?
Yeah, please, of course. Yeah.
Sir, a very good afternoon. This is Dr. Dua from Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University, Lucknow. And first of all, thank you so much for enlightening us on this very pertinent topic. What my view is, sir, somewhat different from Dr. Praveen's view. I feel that as belonging to the academia and being working in a higher education institute for over 10 years now, I feel that students, majorly require mentors more than they require researchers. So, and you can become a good mentor only when you have a good hold on the topic and you are able to connect with the students better on your own subject. So, I feel that somewhere down the line, it is teaching that acquires more importance as compared to research in educational institutions, because we know that there are so many research institutes in India as of now that are already focusing on high quality research. So, and we working in universities, in government universities, may not have though that kind of resources available with us. But what we do have at our hands is books, our knowledge, our repository, our viewpoints, our perspectives, which to a certain extent can influence the youth of today. So I feel as teachers, our roles as mentors is more important as compared to research. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Then any other? Very nicely sorted out, different dimensions.
Sir,
Sir,
can
I
I
think,
add something
yes.
to Dr. Dua? While I completely agree with you, Dr. Dua, I do have point of disagreement that I have seen in my colleagues and in my seniors as well. Are not we as in teaching faculties, when we are not in the process of let's say researching or publishing our works, or that hunger to learn something new every day, I have seen that we sort of get very content, and we sometimes, not all the time, and this is not applicable for the the actual meritorious, the cream portion of the teaching staff, but they sometimes lose the path and they become so content, and they take up the same subject or the same module, and they keep on teaching those same chapters, and their vision becomes
Vision
not,
become?
as you have said, as rigorous as the research institutions in our countries, but maybe there should be a fine balance. Like, you need to have the spirit of a researcher, but main focus should be, as you have said, that main focus should be how to be a good mentor to our students, because the work of a teacher is not always limited within the classroom. So it is also a duty of a teacher how to be a good person outside the classroom. So, but we have to keep the spirit of researching, always looking for something new and upgrading our work. And even if you're teaching a particular, say, a particular subject, particular chapter, what are the new criticisms there are about this particular subject? Are there any new take? Is there any new formula that has been formulated recently? So you have to keep up that spirit. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with you, ma'am. Thank you.
An elaborate
Sir,
account of, yeah, please, please.
sir, I have an opinion on this. That for us, teaching should be at the forefront, but it should be guided. It should be enriched by the research also, because you cannot teach. I mean, same syllabus, same thing for repeated sessions, as told by ma'am. But teaching should be at the forefront, I think.
Okay. So some of you are telling that teaching should be in the portfolio, And some of you are telling that there should be research, and that research outcome should be beneficial for the day-to-day teachers, etc. So there should be a pluralistic in approach. Yeah. So this is teaching and research. And it should be balanced. And there should be a mutualism between the teachers involved in higher education. And there should be a reciprocal relationship between the teaching and the research. Then now we will see why this is essential. And now it is a pluralistic, since knowledge is pluralistic in nature. Pluralistic in the nature, in the sense that it is, say for example, if we have disciplinary approach in our curriculum formulation, but actually if you are teaching the earth for tomorrow, the topic of oxygen, breathing, or the process of digestion. So therefore, a lot of the air we breathe, the water we live. So there, the chemistry of physics is there, the zoology of physics is there, the politics of physics is there, everything will be made available. Then, interpretative nature of academic work. Academic work is majorly interpretative nature. Interpretative nature. So for promoting the interpretative nature, we should be able to treat the research as a holistic process. Then there is a symbiotic relationship between teaching and research. So symbiotic means there are what is meant by symbiosis? Symbiosis.
A mutually beneficial relationship, sir.
Yeah. So there are a lot of relationship exist between among the species, where one is totally affecting the other for its living. Say for example, asparagus. Loranthus, sorry. Loranthus, where it depends on Mangifera indica, and it causes so many trouble and moves. And there are certain organisms, commensal, which depends on, especially for shelter, it depends on other animals, and it do not causes no harm. And symbiosis means, mutualism means, one is benefited, the other, both the partners are benefited. Say for example, the role of this Rhizobium radicicolae, which is there in the leguminous plants, where they occupy there, where plants cannot fix the atmospheric nitrogen directly, but this Rhizobium radicicolae can fix it. They absorb the atmospheric nitrogen and convert into nitrates, and this nitrate can be easily absorbed by the host, by the organism. So by the species. So therefore, your isobium is getting its shelter, and the plant is getting its nitrogen. And this is very well utilized in the concept of the practice of rotation of crops. So whereby after one particular crop for 1 year, the land is being ploughed, and so many peas are being cultivated, so that there will be rich in nitrogen. And it's another fact that good research is essential for good teaching. Do you agree with me? Good
Yes, sir.
research is
Yes, sir.
why?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because it opens the mind to many new perspectives.
Yes. Second point. Any other points? Good research is good for teaching, for good teaching. Please respond. See,
It enables the understanding of subjects better, sir.
correct. So, why we are teaching? Why we are teaching? Tell me.
Why we teaching, sir?
Yeah, why
Is the
we are
question, sir?
teaching? Why we are teaching in teaching? What is the outcome of teaching?
Actually, sir, the question is very diplomatic. It has various phases. Means why we are teaching. In
Yeah.
simple words, we can say just to complete the curriculum, to complete the syllabus that is given to us in the beginning of the session, and we
Yes.
have to complete within the time
Okay.
period. That is the teaching.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I do agree to complete the curriculum. Then what is curriculum? What is curriculum? What is curriculum? Then
Can we say that is the educational journey which is to be completed in the time period? That is the
yeah.
curriculum.
The curriculum is the overall experiences that a child. So somebody's mic is not. Or a lot of other noises that disturb the flow. Yeah. Please.
जुगेन सर प्लीज अपने आप को म्यूट कर लीजिए.
Yeah, I see no issues, but take care of such things, no, because now more than 100 participants are here, and we have to regulate our style for the sake of for ourselves. Now, see, the outcome of teaching is pupils learning. So it is the students who are important. So now, see, I had my schooling, and I had completed my SSC secondary school certificate 1987. So there, whatever I am getting from my teacher, so you are also, some of you are also there during that period. Whatever I am getting from my teacher, I respect and I value that piece of information. Because before the era of internet, there is only one source of information, or that is teacher alone. Now there is multiple source of information. As a result of this, the students are exposed to different sources of information. Hence, the learning style of the student is different. Another very important thing is that all the students of the present day, they are the what is that, Gen Z or Beta G, etc. Okay, and we are all, they are all digital natives. We are all digital immigrants. So what we see in the current realm is the conflict between digital natives and digital immigrants, because they are organismically adapted to the digital system. For them, it is, for us also, for them, it is like their breathing air. They cannot live without this. That the day one of their conception itself, they are exposed to digital world. Hence, organismically, they will be able to utilize the gadget in a very efficient manner. And for them, contrary to their experiences in their life or in their home, a pakka total different style of living is being given in the institutions or school. This causes a conflict named, a paradox named learning culture, living cultural paradox. And now the great challenge for, are you comfortable with me? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Am I in the right way, or are you getting boring?
Yes, sir.
No, no,
No,
we are
sir,
not
we are
getting bored, sir. Exactly,
yes,
you are
sir.
on the right way.
Okay. So the paradox is called the learning culture, living culture paradox. And the great challenge and issue for today's parents as well as the teachers are, we are not able to provide the experiences, curricular experiences in milieu with their living culture. And therefore, learning become a monotonous. So as a result of this, a lot of research has been taking place in about the present day teaching, about the present day youth, about the present day students. And when I enter into my career, teacher education career, first 1996, when I showcased a OHP transparency sheet where I sketched the experiment conducted by Pavlov in a psychology class. It was really amazing. But now no more OHP. Okay, there are only the people who are not having head, they are using overhead. That is the culture. So that time behavioristic approach was the prominent curricular theory. And now research has led many kind of research. And now it is the constructivist paradigm in the field of teaching and learning. So according to the new situation, according to the novel students, according to the novel technology world, how the teaching can be changed or converted, the research gives you that answer. And research added value for teaching, and the teaching added value for research, and hence there must be a synergy between teaching and research at institutional level, at teacher level, and at student level. And we will see one by one. So in between, I need a 2-3 minutes break, and we'll be back. With your permission, I'll be back within 5 minutes. Okay, now.
जी, बिल्कुल, absolutely. जी, sir.
Oh,
Why not?
Yes,
Of course.
I needed to leave from the meeting for 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. Okay. Please.
आवाज नहीं आ रही है सर।
5 मिनट के ब्रेक पे हैं सर, अभी आएंगे 5 मिनट ब्रेक के बाद।
Hello. Yes.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. See, now how research added value for teaching. So the first point is introduction of new knowledge result from the research into curriculum. As you know, now if you go through the curricular content, when as a student, we are all student, we know about genetic engineering or genetics. Is when I was a student only, we are exposed to the Mendelian laws, law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortments. And now we are living in an era where genetic engineering has expanded into such a surprising manner that even the entire human genome map is revealed to the world. So now this research, as a result of the research, each knowledge is being deposited in the treasure house, and this knowledge is getting moving to the curriculum. And that is why new theories are coming, new connotations, new interpretations are coming as a result of the knowledge upgradation. And the second aspect, how research added value for teaching, is that visibility of staff research activity to students. I'll tell you one example. While I was a undergraduate student for BSc Biological Science, Bachelor of Science in Zoology, our botany professor, he used to, still I remember that specimen and all, he used to bring Euphorbia hirta, and it's a peculiar kind of plant, and so as to teach Euphorbiaceae family, he used to bring this Euphorbia hirta to our botany laboratory. And when he used to tell that, I collected this specimen from the university campus where I am doing MPhil and all. So he is exposing and expressing his research. And as students at that time, it is a kind of appreciation and it is a visibility for us that there is scope for doing such things and all. And it is a fact that some of you are with PhD and some of you are with currently doing PhD. And those teachers who are having an academic research upgradation in the institution, they are getting a positive appreciation from the students. So this is a visibility for the student. And the extent to which the student being reflects research process, and the ways and extent to which student research committees are developed and assessed. And as this is a visibility for the students to engage in research activities, and as they are engaging in research activities, if a research culture, research integration of teaching is there, it will be adding value to the teaching process, and it will be a great motivation for the students, and it will submit and supply the essential inputs for the students upscaling. And now, how teaching added value to the research? How? Suppose a new experiment is, new equipment is added.
उनका कोई पता नहीं हुआ। अब कल ड्यूटी लगी है सवेरे में, नवीन शर्मा तो ये तो पक्के
क्या
हो
बात
गए।
है?
अलका मैम प्लीज अपना माइक म्यूट करिए।
मैडम क्या बात है?
अलका मैम
ड्यूटी वाला भेजना मुझे।
माइक म्यूट करिए प्लीज।
The teaching added value of research. How it happens? So now I will illustrate with. Hello, Didi. Hello, Didi. Please mute.
तुरंत सर अपने साइड से कर दीजिए। तुरंत सर।
मैं जरूर तुम्हें डाल दूंगी।
Yeah. If
देखते हुए जाना।
A new equipment is
काम चल रहा होगा कल का, जाके
if
सीधे
any,
अंजू मैडम हो, चाहे सुरेश टमटा हो, ठीक है, चाहे सिजवाली हो, ये लोग बैठे रहते हैं ना ऊपर, जो भी बैठा हो।
hello, please mute your mic.
अरे फोन कर
अलका
दीजिए,
मैम,
कोई नहीं, पता नहीं क्या न कर दे।
कहना कि
अलका
मैडम
मैम,
रोज एक ड्यूटी तो लगाई दो।
Please try to mute Alka ma'am.
I think admin has mic control.
मजहर सर,
Allow only Mustafa sir for speaking. Rest to be kept at mute.
हाँ वो रूम में
Hello.
लेना सामने,
है ना? अभी जाके उधर ही से आप लोग तो वही 4:30
हम तो 5 बजे जाएंगे शायद।
Hello, the coordinator, please, if you mute this,
okay sir, wait for 5 minutes, 2 minutes sir.
no issues, but it once in a while it happens, but it continues. That's not good. Okay. Yeah. See, as the teaching, the synergy added value for research. Say, for example, if one equipment is being incorporated to your laboratory, and you have to introduce that equipment to your students, as my slide is self-explanatory related to that. And if your teaching is not okay, not satisfactory, and the child or the student will not getting anything about the new equipment, what is the use of that equipment in the laboratory? By spending crores and crores of rupees if you added one equipment. And therefore, the teaching, since both type of activities are included in a unique program at postgraduate level, because knowledge protection is the aim at the postgraduate level. They have to become producing heads rather than receiving heads. So the researchers will, if trained in such a way that it will enhance the research capacity of the teacher. Then next one is when we are talking about the synergy between teaching and research at institutional level. And there are a lot of evidences where the proving that it is mutually beneficial for the teaching and research components. If it is integrated, it is beneficial for both the teaching and the research. And it guarantees a learning environment that values research. Research, it is through the research, whatever the positive aspects so far we acquired in our life, it is not only my case or your case. The entire humanity so far acquired in life as a result of the research. So when we are all staying inside our home, when fearing the social interactions during the COVID period, our health scientists were spending their night and daytime for inventing a vaccine against COVID. So this is what is the research. And you know, all the scientists, they have contributed for finding out their inventions and discoveries, but they had given their life, invested their life for arriving these inventions and discoveries. So if there is an integrity between teaching and research, there should be all the possibility of a respectful environment for the researchers and research culture. Then research training for undergraduate. We can give training for the undergraduate. Institutions can take a role in training the undergraduate for the research, because at globally speaking, the research outcome of our country is negligible. We have great potential, we have human resources, but in terms of the research, the contribution or the outcome of us is negligible. And this is because the research mindset we are not able to cultivate from the lower level of our education system. And in Western countries, our the everything is, the learning at school is based on different variety of projects. But here, if we have to hear the terminology project, either you have to be there at the postgraduate level. And now the scenario has changed a lot, though the students at the secondary level are facing a lot of crisis, learning crisis in terms of reading, writing, and arithmetic, but they are all familiar with these project activities. Thanks to the district education, primary education project implemented earlier. And it is the project. But as far as a student like me, during my studentship, and I heard the terminology for the first time when I was a postgraduate student only. Such is the difference. And so we can train our undergraduate properly for research and all. And the development of subject for PG, postgraduate program within research concepts we can add. Then pedagogic research and its utility in planning, teaching, and learning. I already told you. Now, earlier we have. Are you okay with me?
Yes.
So since
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So earlier we have the concept of, here at this point it is significant to at this point it is very much significant to analyze the evolution of the teaching learning process exists. Earlier our notion was pedagogical approach. Pedagogy is nothing but art and science of teaching, emphasizing the child. And that pedagogy later on it's moved to andragogy, where the learners were treated as adult learners. And now again we understood that the individuals are learning by his own or her own engagement in the learning process. So this andragogy is shifted to then one set called heutagogy. Heutagogy. Heutagogy, where the individual learner is the individual learn by his or her own effort, involvement. And now the system of the shift had happened. Now the teaching learning process, we are in a composite way we are treating, and it is an amalgam of or a mix of heutagogy, cybergogy, and pedagogy. Don't feel that I am introducing a lot of gogi to you. Okay. Hello? Are you getting what are all these gogi? Earlier,
Sir, once again,
yeah.
please repeat, sir.
Yeah, earlier the notion was pedagogy, pedocentric, pediatrician. Pedo means child. Okay, no? So child-centered approach. But pedagogy means it is the art and science of teaching the child. But there also the pedagogical approach later become teacher dominant. Teacher dominant. And we realized that it is the child is not simply a vessel to be filled by the teacher. The child has got individual potential, individual capacities, individual capacities to construct the knowledge and all. So therefore, the pedagogical approach changed to andragogy. Andragogy means adult learning. Adult learning, and this the child is the child is the child is treated as adult learners. The adult nature of learning for the production of the knowledge or to construct the knowledge, it is being well propagated. And therefore, the pedagogy shifted to andragogy. Andragogy. Okay. Then we realized that each individual is learning. Therefore, individual being, a human being being a homo faber. Homo faber means one who is having the capacity to produce something, and one who derive joy in producing something. That is what is called a homo faber. So it is better to involve or invest each learner in his or her learning process. And this notion give rise to a concept named heutagogy, Heutagogy, heutagogy. And the meaning is very simple. You might have heard eureka, eureka, eureka. I find, I discover. The slogan loudly run and uttered by, shouted by the famous physicist Archimedes when he find out that the loss of weight of the immersed body is equivalent to the water displaced by that body. And when realized with the rejoicement of finding out that truth, it is Archimedes run in the streets of Sicily saying that eureka, 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 I find, I discover. From that conceptualization, heutagogy derived. Heutagogy means the individual is putting in the original investigator's position. Okay, now after the internet inversion, what happened? Internet is percolated to all the realm of our life. So what do you are now? Without we will do complete all our day-to-day activities, and before going bed, if that mobile, take that mobile and social media, just to check out the social media, WhatsApp or Twitter or X or whatever it may be, Facebook, just before going sleep. So this culture has made, and this gadget has made everything due to the intervention of internet. So first, that online culture moved to the all sector of the society, segments of the society. But when it comes to the teaching learning process, it took a little bit slow pacing. That is why all others are in online, and we teachers are underlying. Even now we are underlying. Okay, underline the point. That is our underlying the point. That is our style. So it took a slow pace, but when this that pacing had happened, there started a conceptualization named cybergogy. Cyber, cybergogy, cybergogy. And now the system of teaching learning process is a mix of cybergogy, pedagogy, and peeragogy. Peer means P-E-E-R. Acharya Padamatu, Padam Shishya Samethaya, Padam Tha Brahmacharya, Padam Tha Kalakramena. So that Brahmacharya. So I'm wonderfully, I will illustrate with an example. Are you okay with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
whether there is any school, any institution which give training in smoking, had you come across any institution? Smoking, cigarette. Any institution? I have not come across with any institution of such kind. In your life? No such institution. But see, there are people who are very dramatically beautifully developing the smoking habit and all. They are excelling the smoke in a very decorative manner. From where they got it? It is through peer group, because of the pressure of the peers, because of the interaction. Hello, please you mute your mic and talk.
पूरी तैयारी थी, पूरी तैयारी, सब नौकरी भी छोड़ दी वहां से, लेकिन मेरा नहीं हुआ, दोनों हो गया। और एक तो मेरे से एक
please, Swaraj sir, please mute your mic. Swaraj sir.
उन दोनों का हुआ।
And now the pedagogical research has proved or found that now the present system, what is required is a mixing of cybergogy, pedagogy, and heutagogy. So all these are the implications of teaching and research at the institutional level. And now we will see how we will be able to establish synergy between teaching and research at the teacher level. It is a challenging task. And for this, explicit management strategy is required. And collective allocation of time also. So teachers are talking. So when we are motivating the teachers for doing some research and all, the general reply from teachers are, sir, we have the exam. We are not able to complete the portion. We are this workload, that workload. How can we do the research? How research-oriented teaching can be implemented in completing the portion and all. But here the answer is that prioritize and allocate your time according to the priority. And if we are having a culture of research integrated teaching, the beneficiary of the same will be the students, because they will get up-to-date information to the students, accurate and up-to-date information to students. If an evidence-based and research-oriented culture of teaching is promoted, it will help the students to get the up-to-date information. And secondly, beneficial when presented and open to challenges from students. So let the students ask a question. A questioning is one of the fine arts of a teacher. A teacher who never asks a question never teaches. And it is the questioning which propelled the human civilization. Whatever we acquired as a part of the society is the result of the question the mankind has asked at each particular context. That is why the slogan, the statement, I met 6 honest wise men who taught me everything I learned. Their names are why, which, where, and how. I met 6 honest wise men who taught me everything I learned. Their names are why, what, which, how, where, and who. So that is the significance of questioning among the students. So if the students come up with the questions, it opens new challenges for the teacher to be addressed in the research. And William Conrad Roentgen, he was doing some experiment with the photographic film plate. At his backside screen, he could able to notice that the photography of his fingers, and the question he asked at that time was why this photograph of my finger. And this questioning led to the invention of discovery of X-ray. And the great evolutionist Charles Darwin, hello?
Please,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
continue, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Darwin, he through his HMS Beagle, the ship, he traveled across the different islands of the world, and he reached the one island named Galapagos, and he could able to notice that there are a group of finches whose appearance are one and same, except a difference in the style of the beak. And these finches later on they got a position in the history as Darwin finches. And he formulated his theory of adaptive radiation, same homologous structure to the function, one difference for any morphological structure, and it attributed to it is for the survival and through adopting different mechanism. And he supported his theory of evolution through this conceptualization. And the inquisitiveness was why. So therefore, questioning is very important. And you know the method adopted by Plato and Socrates and Plato, the method of dialectics. What no? There will be question from Socrates, then the question from Socrates, then Plato has another question in reverse, then again one question. That is why it is called the dialectics, Socratic dialectics. And from this Socratic dialectics, the questioning style of Socratic dialectics, dialogue, etymologically, dialogue originated. So what I am telling is, it's synergy between teaching and research to establish at teacher level. It is a challenging task, and the mindset of teachers are very important. explicit management strategy is highly essential, and prioritize and allocation of time is very essential. And the benefit is that if a teacher indulge in teaching research and excess kind of a teaching, the students will get up-to-date information, and when it can be that style when presented to the students will pose, students will raise questions that will be challenged to the teachers, and it will be a platform for attracting the students to have the encourage research process. And now coming to the fifth aspect of this presentation, how you will be able to establish what is the significance of teaching and establishing synergy between teaching and research at the student level. So the one way it is student participation in research events like seminars, lectures, conferences will be improved, and can be improved, so that the research culture synergy between teaching and research can be established. For example, when a literature kind of a in a literature class, so then if you are conceptualizing a gender issue, so you can attribute this to a students in the form of a minor research, how gender is represented in the novels of X or Y or Z. So like that, they can involve in such research events, seminars, lectures, conferences, etc. Then another strategy is that there are a lot of teachers having micro project, minor project, mega projects, etc. So if all these research laboratories and projects and all should not, the teacher should not formulate or adopt a strategy of trespassers will be prosecuted. That is not good. But involve the undergraduate, involve the postgraduate students in the research activities of the staff. It should not be a burden for the students, but in a moderate level, according to the needs and taste of the students. If we will be able to instill such a culture, it will be highly motivating as far as the students are concerned. And now I am presenting an institutional organizational model for bringing about teaching and research next. And either it can be developed as a integrated system, where the institution is totally considered, and the arrangement of the curricular activities is based upon the integration of the teaching and research integration. Or you can have a separate set of research can be made in a separate set of institution, or other institute maybe concentrate on teaching alone. Then institutional differentiation, so it will give rise to an institutional differentiation. So in such a way that certain institutes are totally for doing research, certain institutions are for teaching alone. Then the other strategy is separation of teaching and research within the universities. So National Education Policy NEP 2020 proposes such a kind of a system where the universities are considered as the research institute, and where many of our universities are suffocating as a result of the affiliation culture, where the universities are becoming as examination conduction agencies and certificate award agencies. So in order to overcome this, NEP 2020, NEP 2020 suggest for the separation of teaching and research institutional level. The universities can be maintained as a research prominent institute, and the next category, teaching and research institutions, were in a 50-50 manner, that teaching can be retained and 50% can be done in the research category. And if further on progression, the 50-50% can be avoided, and such institutions can be fully devoted for the research activities. Then the third category is affiliated institutions, where they can concentrate only on the teaching. So that is what is. So there is a who should develop the effective link, and why. This, as the picture clearly illustrates, that see in integrating teaching and research, and teaching into research into teaching, it's beneficial for both teaching and learning, but the link should be the teacher himself. That is the message. Okay. And
hello.
Now
Mustafa sir.
Yeah.
I think 4:30 it will be next lecture.
Okay. So now I'll present to you this 6 strategies for the development. With this, I will stop. Okay now. Then
okay, sir.
Yeah. So first, we have to understand the terminologies and the disciplinary conceptualization that is there in research, and we have to understand that a nexus is possible. Then review the current practice and culture. As a teacher, what I am doing, whether I am integrating the research into my teaching. Then I have, if a disequilibrium is originated, so try to review the practice, try to regain the lost equilibrium, and develop a set of curricular intervention. Now I can chalk out this topic. I will be taking by citing the recent advancement in the research and all. Then develop in the institutional level, develop the staff policies and how it can be done, and deploy the suitable persons for the purpose. Then integrate policies and structures for integration of teaching and research, and review the progress always, so that we'll be able to integrate teaching and research in the institutional level in an effective manner. And these are some of the curricular strategy where you can utilize this kind of an integration, or experiential learning based strategy, inquiry based, then direct investigation, then authentic assessment, then application of the students' learning, then consciousness of their own learning goals, then opportunities for, sometimes we have to give opportunity for the learners to evaluate their progress, and monitoring on their learning experiences. So if we could able to have such kind of a practice, definitely we will be able to integrate teaching and to sum up, to conclude, my assertion is that higher education institution should provide the advanced knowledge through research and disseminate this knowledge. And the main function is of research is to generate new knowledge, while the main function of the teaching is to prepare and disseminate the existing and new knowledge in the society. Then there is potential synergies exist between faculty research and teaching in higher education. And the university should create an academic community where academic disciplines and departments should
Sir, sorry to
involve in
interrupt you.
deliberate areas of teaching and research. That is what is NEP 2020 visualized. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now
Thank
I
you
am
so much,
stopping
Mustafa sir, for such a wonderful
Thank you so much, sir.
presentation.
here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you so
now
much.
I am stopping.